Griffon Update is our student-produced digital magazine show bringing you news, sports, and information from Missouri Western State University and the surrounding region. During each program, we will present an in-depth look at the people, places, and events that make Missouri Western and the Northwest region of Missouri a great place to call home.
Hello, I'm Mackenzie Bose, and welcome to Griffon Update.
And I'm Morgan Doyle. We're going to start this show off by telling you a little about the adjustment we're making on campus.
One of the main changes is that we are becoming more military friendly.
And I love the fact that we're doing this, but without me trying to explain it, we'll let our reporter give you the story. Caleb Marriott dives into this story to tell us more.
Missouri Western has made some changes to make the campus more military friendly. The biggest change was in the Bachelor of Science in Technology degree.
Traditionally, the BST was set up for people who already had an AS or an AAS degree, and over the last decade, only 7 students have ever graduated with a BST. It's not a very useful degree to very many people, and you can tell from the graduation rates. However, by changing the admissions requirement so that rather than having an AAS or an AS degree, all you needed was 30 hours of technical training, that opened up the BST to members of the military.
They are also offering special opportunities for military-affiliated students.
UABC and GEM are both through the Air Force. GEM stands for General Education Mobile, and so through the GEM program, members of the Air Force and Air Guard know that through Missouri Western, they can take their general education courses online that they need for their associate's degree through the Community College of the Air Force.
We help them find financing for their military if they're not sure what to do. We're here as a support system if they're having problems or they're not sure what to do family-wise.
These changes has increased Western's military friendliness ranking.
A bronze school or a silver school are not even recognized. We're a gold school. So I mean, that's huge for us to have gone to gold status at this point. And it clearly shows to members of the military that we're serious about serving them.
This is Caleb Marriott with Griffon Media.
One of my favorite things about that whole story is how Dr. Mapley said we're a gold school. I mean, we do bleed black and gold a little bit, you know, Griff up.
Oh gosh. Well, I do have to say that the way Griffs support other Griffs is awesome. It isn't just about the students. Have you had a chance to talk with Dr. Mary Ann Kunkel?
I did interview her one time, and she is an intelligent individual. She actually writes her own books.
Wait, what?
You heard me right. She has actually written a couple, but we are going to focus on her recent released one. Let's check in with reporter Jessica Stallard to hear all about it.
They don't call me compact for nothing. When snapped shut, I'm an airless sandwich. My flat pink puff, the bologna between Muir and talcum cake. I'd trade my cramped quarters for your hurried legs and swinging arms, though I don't envy your tongue, which, like my puff, only flies with others' guidance.
On Wednesday, September 26th, Assistant Professor of English Mary Ann Kunkel's book, Hillary Made Up, came out after a very long year of writing and publishing. Kunkel's feelings were through the roof on her big day.
The book was exciting. It was kind of like a bunch of anticipation to get to this point. So the big day was nice.
Kunkel went on a 4-city book tour. She chose destinations close to her roots and where she started her journey.
I read to almost 200 people and I read to 3 people. So it was like a range, and I feel that that's a really good representation of what it is to be a writer or a creator in general.
While some are still waiting to receive their book, some have heard and read the book from Kunkel's book tour or the extra copies she's had. Instructor of English Dana Andrews is one of those lucky people.
Barefaced, you know what's you and what's a mask. Bravo, Mary Ann. Because I mean, it's a beautiful line at the end there.
Kunkel's Hillary Made Up has made great progress and continues to entertain people as they pick it up. This is Jessica Stallard reporting for Griffon Media.
I've been where you fear to be. I've seen what you fear to see.
I've done what you fear to do. All of these things I've done for you.
I am the person you lean upon, the one you cast your scorn upon.
And the one you bring your troubles to. All these people, I've been for you.
All these people, I've been for you.
All these people I've been for you.
All of these people I've been for you.
That book was behind on pre-orders on Amazon. Wow.
Yeah, and I definitely enjoy a good book. But I kind of like music too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of music. And speaking of, there's a noontime concert series at the Presbyterian Church here in St. Joseph.
Reporter Jessica Stallard can tell us more after she attended one of the concerts.
The Downtown Noontime Concert Series is a series of concerts featuring singers, bands, choirs, and instruments. Missouri Western has two groups performing this year, the Marimba Ensemble and the Chamber Instrumentalists. Director of Music at the First Presbyterian Church where the concerts take place, Jerry Anderson, has been with the concerts since the beginning.
Most of our soloists are from Missouri Western in some way, and we try to get a variety of strings, brass, woodwinds, choral, piano, and voice. But we try to do a balance. This year, for the first time, we're having the Marimba Ensemble in November, and that's something we've not had before.
These concerts are at 12 o'clock and typically run about 45 minutes long. The church encourages you to bring a sack lunch to enjoy while listening to the music. You can also talk with the performers after the show.
The different types of songs were really cool. I really liked the last one. It was a lot different. It was cool.
The Noontime series at the First Presbyterian Church are open to anyone. And if you would like to come to one of the performances, the next upcoming dates are November 1st, December 6th, February 7th, March 7th, and April 4th. Reporting for Griffon Media, this is Jessica Stallard.
I might have to go check that out sometime. Want to go with me? You can make a date of it.
Well, speaking of dates, I have 2 free tickets to the haunted houses in Kansas City. All right. And it is to The Edge of Hell or The Beast. And what you have to do is you have to be the 20th commenter on this video on our Griffon Update YouTube channel to win the tickets. We'll announce the winner next show.
One out of every 4 car accidents are caused by texting and driving.
Wait, what did you just say?
You heard me. That's better. Keep your eyes on the road.
I love going to events off campus, but I'd rather attend ones on campus as much as I can.
Even though I'm super busy, I do like to support Missouri Western at home. Speaking of which, I got to attend the event Board Games and Mocktails. Check out how fun it was. On Tuesday, October 16th at 7 p.m., CSI staff joined students in Blum for mocktails and board games. The CSI is located in the second floor of Blum Student Union Room 207. They put on an event, board games, and mocktails in hopes that students would come and join and realize what CSI is all about.
I am actually a program assistant for the Center for Student Involvement, and tonight our event was mocktails and board games. So we just invited everybody to come out and enjoy some mocktails while we played a few games.
Not only were there board games, but there was also a wheel that students spun. Whatever they landed on, they had to do, such as dance, sing to Miley Cyrus or TLC, or even Vanilla Ice. Some students got pretty interactive with the Miley Cyrus song, Hoedown Throwdown. One of the games was a 2-dimensional Connect 4 board. You had to connect 4, whether it be on one side, the other, or combined.
I personally did not play the Connect 4x4, but I got to watch and observe it, and I loved watching all the different strategies and just the different teams forming and trying to keep somebody from getting Connect 4.
The students and programming assistants played games such as Yahtzee, Jumbling Towers, and Mafia. I hope you enjoyed watching this event just as much as I enjoyed coming to it. Reporting for Griffon Media, this is Mackenzie Bose.
Okay, yeah, that looked like a lot of fun.
It was. Well, that's all we have for you right now, but hang tight and stay tuned for the Griffon Newscast and Bailey Sports Report after this message.
At Missouri Western, it's on us.
It's on us, all of us, to take responsibility and stop sexual assault.
To create a campus environment where everyone is safe and feels safe.
To realize that ending sexual assault is not an individual endeavor,
but a collective effort.
To understand that it affects not only students, but faculty and staff members alike.
At Missouri Western, we take action.
It's on us to look out for each other and not look the other way.
We step up and say something.
We support survivors.
We are going to be a part of the solution and not the problem.
It's on us to intervene and take responsibility.
So take action because we can and will make a difference.
At Missouri Western,
it's on us
to put an end to sexual assault.
Begin by taking the pledge at itsonus.org.
Coming up on the Griffon Newscast, Missouri Western celebrates homecoming. We have a recap of some of the week's activities, plus an update on the search for Western's next president. All that and more is straight ahead. The Griffon Newscast starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Price. From parades to bonfires, Western celebrated homecoming in style last week. Here's a recap of all the fun.
Missouri Western celebrated homecoming during the week of October 7th through the 12th. This year's homecoming theme was Griffins Under the Big Top. Homecoming week featured a number of activities that all aim to boost school spirit and get students excited for Saturday's football game. To kick off the week, a bonfire was held on Sunday. Student organizations competed with each other in a food drive in order to collect food for the needy. The silent party was a big hit. Partygoers were issued headphones at the beginning of the party and were able to choose from music played by a variety of DJs. Homecoming week ended with a pep rally and a parade, and Western students were able to show that they are as proud to be Griffins as ever.
One of the many events during homecoming week was a blood drive. The drive pitted organizations against each other to see which could donate the most blood on campus. In addition, the drive was a competition between Western and Northwest Missouri State. Those who didn't want to give blood could donate in other ways. They could buddy up with people who gave blood or work around the room. Northwest beat Western in the campus competition, but those who gave blood said it still was a great experience.
I donated because I wanted to do my part to help society. There's people out there who really need this stuff, and if I have extra, then why not help other people, such as little kids?
The blood drive was sponsored by Community Blood Center. On October 9th, the Board of Governors held its first meeting to begin the search for Western's next president. Griffon News reporter Zoe Jones was there and has more.
The Presidential Search Committee held its first meeting to begin the search for Dr. Robert Vardabedian's successor on Tuesday, October 9th. The Board of Governors have decided to hire the AGB firm to find the next president. The chair of the committee, David Lichty, thinks that the committee may face some challenges, but will take the right steps to find the upcoming president.
I think people are passionate about what they're involved in, and I think the biggest challenge is going to have everyone lay aside some of their differences of what's important so that we can have the absolute best candidate that can fulfill all the needs. So I think that's the biggest challenge, as I see it, is bringing everyone together to agree on the strongest leader that we have. And leadership, I believe, is the key to this position here.
The committee is made up of some members of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, community members, and students, including Student Governor Paul Granberry III. Granbury is excited to be on the board as a way to be a voice for the students.
During SGA Senate meetings, we encourage constituents to come out so that way they can voice their opinion on what traits the next university president should have. Because I believe that if I go in with a closed mind, that it will hurt the students as a whole, not only now, but years to come.
The members discussed a timeline during the meeting and some basic rules and regulations that they are required to follow. In the end, the Board of Governors will make the final decision for the president based off the candidates that the committee brings forward.
It's overwhelming to a degree. I don't proclaim to have grand expertise in recruiting university presidents, so I am humbled by the position, but also accept the challenge, and feel real confident that this committee will select the best candidates.
The next meeting for the committee has not been announced yet, but will be taking place in November. Reporting for the Griffon News, I'm Zoe Jones.
It's advisement season. That means it's time for Western students to sign up for their classes next semester. Priority registration for the spring semester has already begun for all Western students. If you haven't met with your advisor, make an appointment as soon as possible to make sure you get into the classes you need and want. For more information on advising, visit the Student Success and Academic Advising Center in Eder 209. That's your news in 5 minutes. Stay up to date on all the breaking news at Western by logging on to thegriffonnews.com. We are constantly updating our website with news stories to keep you in the loop on what's happening on campus. I'm Brittany Price. Thanks for joining us on the Griffon Newscast.
On my honor, I will never betray my badge,
my integrity, my character, or the public trust.
I will always have the courage to hold myself
and others accountable for my acts. I will always uphold the Constitution,
my community, and the agency I serve.
My community and the agency I serve.
My community and the agency I serve.
My community and the agency I serve.
Welcome to the Griffon Update Sports Report, your place to catch up on all Griffon sports. I'm your host, Bailey Ketchum. It was homecoming this past weekend here at Western. First up, football had an exciting game against Central Oklahoma on Saturday. Reporter Miles Kilgore was there to catch the action.
Western football held their annual homecoming game this past weekend as they hosted the University of Central Oklahoma. It was a very physical back and forth game with both teams fighting and clawing for every yard they could muster up. Western offense was able to move the ball up and down the field all day long as quarterback Don Marino was eating up yards through the air to all of his weapons. Marino completed 12 passes through the air, good for 118 yards. The offense was killed, however, by a couple of costly interceptions that UCO turned into a 17-0 halftime lead. Western was able to flip things around, however, after halftime as they were able to pressure UCO and get the ball back on offense in hopes of a comeback. And a comeback they made as Western stormed back from down 17-0 to close the gap to 17-14 after a massive rushing score by Marino that brought the home crowd to their feet. Western got within scoring range on their last drive thanks to a huge gain from Derek Gray Jr. to pick up a late first down. But the comeback would eventually fall short as a long field goal attempt was no good. After the game, head coach Matt Williamson praised his team's toughness.
You know, it's tough to come back, against a really good opponent. You get down 17-0. I mean, you got to work your tail off to get back in the game. And I'm proud of our kids because we did. We had a chance to win.
We started out slow in the first half, and that's what hurt us. But you see what we did in the second half. So if we put 4 quarters together like Coach wants us to, we could be dangerous.
Up next, Western travels to take on Emporia State this Saturday at 2 p.m. Reporting for Miles Kilgore and Griffon Media, I'm Dawson Whitman.
They're away this weekend against Emporia State. In other sports news, soccer went 2-0 this weekend with a 3-1 win against Southwest Baptist on Friday and a 1-0 win against Missouri Southern on Sunday. They return home this weekend to face Northeastern State and UCO. For volleyball, they went 0-2 this weekend with a 1-3 loss against undefeated Washburn and a 1-3 loss against Emporia State. They're away this weekend against UCM and Lindenwood. For more updates on the weekend, women's tennis won 9-0 in a sweep against Grandview University last Friday. That's all we have for you today in sports. For more information on Griffon athletics, check out gogriffons.com.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show. You can watch our show on MWSU-TV Channel 12.
You can also catch us on the Griffon Update Vimeo and YouTube channels and the Missouri Western Student Media homepage.
And make sure you check out the next edition of the Griffon News.
For all of us here at Griffon Update, thank you for watching.